We are Paige, Daniel, and the Great Dane Winston. About 6 months ago, we achieved a major goal in our lives and became liveaboard sailors. Since then, we have run the gamut of highs, lows, and everything in between as we journeyed south from Georgia, Florida, across the Gulf Stream, and into the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. Join us this week as we share what we wish we had known before we pointed ourselves south to start the journey of a lifetime.
There are a few things that we wish we'd known before we actually started on this wild adventure.
Yep. I guess one of the first things, really how important systems management was actually going to be.
Wow. We really had no idea. Our system is pretty good.
Yeah, so we have a total of 1,600 watts of solar in 4 400-watt panels going into 900 amp hours of lithium ion phosphate batteries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really, really good. And coupled with that, we also have a 60 amp alternator on one of our engines. We can generate a bunch of power.
We sure can.
Now, where it all kind of falls down is if it's been cloudy for like a week or so. So if it's a cloudy day and we're not getting a whole lot of input into the system, we can drain 30% or more from that battery bank in a single day. So it can be kind of a power-hungry system.
Yeah, especially with our Starlink. We cook with an induction burner.
Sometimes.
We heat up our water for coffee, along with all of our electronics, computers.
That's the fridge and freezer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the fridge and freezer in here are from when the boat was built. So they're 2005 model. Not the peak of energy efficiency.
Oh, and water making.
Yeah.
Making water eats up a huge amount of electricity.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about, we have about 200 gallons of water on board, which sounds like a lot. But when, you're jumping into the ocean, going swimming, going to the beach.
Out the fresh water.
Yeah, there's a lot of water usage.
Laundry.
Yeah.
Occasional showers. I want to shower every day, but I just don't think that's in the cards for us right now.
Yeah, but we do have a water maker, so that definitely helps. And it's a 30 gallon per hour water maker. It's a great system, but it is, again, power hungry.
Oh my gosh, the power hog. In order for us to balance out, we have to run our alternator while we make water so that we're not completely drained of energy.
Yeah.
Would the holding tanks be a part of the systems management?
Yes and no.
Because that has been a nightmare. Let me just say that. It has been one code brown after another.
Yeah, it's been different. If you guys recall, our first day on our transit down to Florida, our holding tank broke. That was shitty.
And we have been struggling with that ever since.
Yeah. These are systems you don't have to worry about until you actually leave the dock and get out there. So
and we didn't realize that there would be such the management of it. So now we're really trying to find ways to conserve water, really trying to find ways to conserve our energy. If we don't need to keep our instruments on, or if we don't need to keep our Starlink on, we're shutting it down.
We do have plenty of solar, just so long as the clouds stay at bay.
As long as we have sunshine, it works just fine.
Great. Surprise number 2 is really just how much planning a simple move can take.
Yeah, it is the logistics of looking at the anchorage, the wind direction, the wind strength,
tides,
the waves, learning about how all those pieces come together has really been interesting for us.
And even like little things like, where's the wind direction, how strong the wind is going to be, how close are you to shore?
Yeah.
Because bugs. It's a thing.
Bugs, and also fetch. The closer you are to shore, the less swell and fetch you have built up waves from the wind. But you also want to be far enough away from shore so that you don't get all the bugs. If it's really windy, then you don't have to worry about the bugs.
But then you also have to let out more scope in your anchor, and then what if the wind shifts and now, the shore that was protecting you is now your lee shore, and what do you... These are all just these little things, diving your anchor.
Oh, yeah. That is so important. We didn't realize how important that was.
Yeah. And anchor alarms, just all the little procedures that you have to do in order just to kind of feel secure at night. And just planning your trips for the next day and really all the little things that are involved in just trying to get from point A to point B. It's not just turning on the car and getting going.
I think that the challenge of this lifestyle is so much greater than we really expected.
Yeah.
It almost sounds silly to think that this was going to be easy, because this is the hardest thing that we have ever done. This is not for the faint of heart. You have to have some grit to be out here, okay? Like, you have to, like, be ready for anything to go wrong at any point in time. You have to have foresight to see the problem so that you can fix the problem before it really becomes a problem. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, you really are on your own out here. You're your own mechanic, your plumber, your electrician, weatherman, everything. It is entirely up to you to make these decisions.
And you can ask for someone else's opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can ask for someone's advice, but nobody else is out here with you.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can really make that decision for you because you're the one living it.
Yeah, you're the master of the vessel.
Oh. Like, guys, that sounds like, oh, I'm the master of the vessel. It's like, no, that's a lot of responsibility. And this is amazing. Don't get us wrong. Like, this is, where else would we want to be? It's challenging. It's hard. There's a lot of responsibility.
But beyond just the rewards, the physical rewards of getting to wake up and essentially live in a place like this, there are the rewards of your systems management, like fixing something wrong with the engine, fixing this, fixing that, like getting your hands dirty and doing these things. But that being said, fixing the things on your own, it's also kind of surprise number 3, and that is you don't trust anyone else with your boat.
Seriously. No one is going to take care of your boat the way you will.
Don't get me wrong, there are things that are beyond our depth.
And that we would definitely need to contract out.
And it would be safer for someone with some experienced hands to put their hands on it. That doesn't mean that you should take your eyes off of those experienced hands.
We had a very sour experience bringing our vessel.
Our home.
And when you look at it like that, it's not just a boat, it's our home, which makes it so much more personal.
Yeah.
Because we are entrusting our home to somebody else.
The work that we were having done was pretty routine.
We had a bottom job, we had a sail drive service, we had a full engine service. We and then we had the issue with our holding tanks that we asked them to take care of.
And we relied and trusted on their judgment. These are experts in the field. We
just bought the boat, so we know nothing. And we were trusting that they knew more.
Right. The whole, I guess there's a saying, inspect what you expect. And that is vitally important.
I think the biggest surprise to us is that this is fairly common in the marine industry.
Yeah.
If you do as much work as you can on your own boat because you care more. And 2, if something is messed up, you're going to know how you messed it up. So
hopefully.
you at least know what you did so that you can fix it.
Yeah.
That was a hard lesson for us. And we want to share that with you so you don't make that same mistake.
Yeah. Hopefully save you a buck or many.
This company that we worked with actually told us after the fact when they hauled the boat and after the fact when they splashed the boat. It was not a good experience at all.
Yeah. If you want to know what that company is, sign up to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can discuss it there. Happy to give you all the details on our Patreon. But yeah, I think those have been the 3 biggest surprises of our first 5-6 months as liveaboards.
Things we wish we knew.
Experience has been different. Please let us know.
If there's something that you guys feel people need to know, put it in the comments.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that this is giving a real life. I know that we show the pretty, because this is real life.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is what most of you guys want to see.
Yeah.
You want to see how pretty it is. But we also want to give a accurate representation of this lifestyle.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.